welcome to my YouTube channel. We are going to be doing a hips video today. So basically this is going to be how to gain mobility and strength in your hips. So I know myself, for somebody who dabbles in a little bit of running, although I'm useless at it, and does weightlifting and HIIT training and sprints and yoga. A lot of these things can be improved by improving the mobility and strength of your hips. So it's a space of our body that holds a lot of tension for most of us. Sitting at a desk all day or not getting enough movement. Open hips can free up so much space for your posture, for your spine, and can improve any pain in your knees or anything like that that you may suffer from when you are active. So we're going to get started today in a downward facing dog. So I'd like you just to plant your palms on your mat. We're going to tuck our toes and lift our hips up into down dog. Now if you have quite tight hamstrings, you might bend into your knees. I'd like you just to pedal into the knees a little bit here, warming up into your hamstrings and beginning to sway the hips in this pedal as well. So chest back toward your thighs, straight arms, so extend through the elbows, shoulders are coming up toward the ears without crunching into the neck. Perhaps you're tucking your chin toward your chest. And then we're going to inhale, roll forward into plank. As you do that, I'd like you to pull your knee in toward your chest and draw your knee up toward your collarbone. Step it back, downward facing dog. Opposite side, roll forward, hug your left knee in toward your chest, knee toward the collarbones, and then downward facing dog. One more time each side. Right knee hugs in, round through your upper spine, drive the knee toward the collarbone, step it back. And last time, left knee hugs all the way in and roll it back. Nice. Okay, we're going to step the right foot wider of our right hand, so bring the right foot all the way forward. If you need assistance getting it forward, just grab it by the back of the ankle and pull it through. Now, I have two blocks here. If you want to grab some blocks, or you can use your natural blocks, which are basically your fingertips. I want you to ground the right big toe into your mat and extend your chest forward. So from here, I'd like you to bounce your hips. So you're going to start to make this dynamic movement. So it's not a stiff movement. You're not anticipating your end range. I want you to be free through the hips and just start to find your limit. So dynamic movement, working into the flexibility of your fascia, opening up through the entire hip area for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sink the hips forward. Maybe you start to extend your arms out in front, or maybe you come down to your elbows, holding it here, driving back through the left heel, engaging into the left glute and the left quad. Hug that right knee in towards your outer right arm or shoulder. And breathe softly. And then bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. You're going to inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, straighten the right leg and shift the hips back. Flex into the right foot. Lunge forward, lift the chest. You can plant your hands on blocks here if you need. Exhale, shift it back. Flex into the right foot. Again, forward, inhale. Exhale, shift it back. Inhale to come forward. Exhale, shift it back. One more time. Inhale, come forward, lift the chest, shoulders back. Exhale, shift it back. And then lunge into the right knee. Spin both toes to the right. Coming into this, almost like a modified side plank. So your right foot is more so forward in line with the left thumb. But if you need, you can bring it back toward the center of the long side of your mat, so more in line with your hips. You're going to ground through the outer edge of the feet, left hand underneath the shoulder. I'm going to do some hip dips here, dip hips. So I'm going to get you to drop the left hip down, extend your right arm back, and then lift your hip, extend your right arm overhead. Drop the left hip down, and lift it up. Drop down, and lift. Drop down, and lift. One more, drop down. Lift, nice, bend into both knees and stack your right knee over your left. So you're in Gomukhasana here. You can come into half Gomukhasana if you really need to. Extend the left leg out in front. Flex into your feet. So again, just like we did before, we're in that pose that we were just in. You're going to ground through the outer edges of your feet. I want you to bring your fingers to the mat, either in front. I'm going to bring one behind and one in front. I'd like you to lean slightly forward, and we're going to lift our hips and bounce the hips. So weight is in the outer edge of your feet, and you're going to bounce for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Allow the hips to sink down, and then fold forward if you can. Extend the arms forward, extend the chest forward, and allow your hips to be heavy toward the back. So allow your hips to sink back in space. Don't worry if the fold is too much, you can sit upright, shoulders over your hips. It doesn't matter what the pose looks like. It's not about creating a shape, it's about feeling the space in your hips expand. Try to breathe deeply. Okay, and then slowly, if you've folded, you can come all the way back up. We're going to come back into that TFL stretch. So we're going to come forward onto our fingertips. You're going to lift your hips, straighten your legs. Again, on the knife edge of your feet, come all the way up to stand. You're crossing at your thighs. You're squeezing through inner thighs. Begin to bend into the right knee. And as you do that, that left foot is going to slide or shimmy all the way back. And then left hand comes underneath the shoulder. Really nice. Spin both toes toward the front of your mat. You're spinning onto the ball of the back foot. Drop your left knee for half split. So you're going to straighten the right leg and shift your hips back. So I'd like you to flex into your right foot. We're going to shift our hips slightly to the right. So we're going to do a little swing here through the hips. So as your hips go out to the right, your right toe is going to internally rotate. And then you're going to allow the hips to shift all the way to the left and point into the right toe. I want you to squeeze through your inner thighs. So it's like you have a diamond between your thighs and you're trying to hold on to it. You should feel a lot of extension and sensation through your IT band. And then you're going to again flex the foot, shift the hips to the right, shift hips left, point the right toe. Again, open the hips, flex the toe, close the thighs, point the toe. Keep going, sway the hip to the right, sway the hip to the left, point the toe, sway the hip to the right, sway the hip to the left. One more. Really nice, and then come back to center, flex into the right foot, bend into the right knee, plant your palms downward facing dog. So lift the hips all the way up and back. If you need to pedal into the knees, you can. So I'm just going to face the other side of the mat so I'm not facing away from you in the Gomukhasana. So from here, I'd like you to step your left foot as wide as your left toe into that lizard lunge again. So chest is forward, right heel drives back. Notice if you're externally rotating through that left hip. So it's not that it's wrong or bad, but it just creates a little bit of a different stretch. So I want you to try your best to keep that internal rotation or that neutral position in the left foot. So closed hip pose. Notice if you're sagging down through the right foot and sinking into the joints or the right knee, can you drive up through the right knee and reach back through the right heel. So we're going to create those bounces again. I'd like you to bounce your hips up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7. It's almost like bouncing a tennis ball, that rebound effect for, I don't know where I am, but counting 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Okay, so find your maximum range, extend your chest forward, engage the right glute, and maybe you walk the hands forward, extension through the heart, gazing past the front edge of your mat, rather than down toward the mat, rounding into the back. You want to extend through your spine, maybe you drop the elbows and you hold wherever you are. Relax the jaw, breathe in here. Keep that left knee hugging in, and then make your way back to your hands. You can come onto your fingertips if you need, or to blocks. Inhale up the chest, exhale straighten the left leg, shift the hips back. Again, lunge forward, inhale up the chest, exhale, shift it back. Inhale forward, lift the heart, exhale, shift. Inhale forward, exhale back. Last time, inhale forward, exhale back. And then lunge it forward, plant right hand underneath right shoulder, both toes to the left. So again, you're trying to flex your feet. You're on the knife edge of your feet. So really drawing the toes back toward the shins. Left arm to the sky. We're going to dip that right hip down. So inhale, dip, left arm goes back. Exhale, lift up, extend left arm overhead. Inhale, dip. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, last time. Inhale. Exhale, lift. And bend into both knees and stack left knee over right. So in Gomukhasana, again, if you want to come into half Gomukhasana or sit on a block, you can. We're going to either bring both fingers in front, flexing into your feet. Again, ground through the pinky toe on the side of your foot. I'm going to bring one hand behind, one hand in front. I'm going to lean forward, lift my hips and my knees, and then I'm going to bounce up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the knees, drop the hips, and hold. You can sit upright with shoulders over your hips, or if you'd like, you can fold forward. Feel that chest lift. Free up the space around your outer hips. Keep the activation through your feet. So your feet are going to help you bring the sensation into your hips and focus the awareness there. Rather than feeling it anywhere else, any pain in the knees or anything like that, the feet want to stay active, toes staying drawn back toward the shins. Don't worry if you haven't folded. Try to keep that sense of lifting or extension through the chest and grounding back and down through your hips. Relax the jaw, relax the face. Try to smile. And then slowly you can walk the hands all the way back in. So we're going to come all the way up to standing on the outer edges of your feet. I would like you to lean forward, lift your hips, lift your knees, and then come all the way up. So you're crossing at your inner thigh, squeeze in towards center, and then you're going to start to bend into your left knee. If you do that, slide or shimmy the right foot toward the back of the mat. Plant your right hand underneath your shoulder and then spin both toes to the front of your mat. Drop your right knee. So we're coming into that half split position. You're going to straighten the left leg, shift it back. Your hips want to be stacked over that back knee, flexing into the left toes. So we're going to allow the hips to go slightly to the right. So we're going to allow the hips to go slightly out to the left as you internally rotate that left toe. And then put the left toes out to the left as you squeeze your inner thighs toward each other, hips to the right. So you're swaying to the left with the hips, and then to the right as you point to the left toes. Sway to the left, flex, point, hips to the right. Keep going. So you should feel a lot of sensation down the outer left leg, the hamstring, which is all related to your hips. Keep going, squeeze inner thighs as you shift the hips to the right, really squeezing inner thighs together. Last time, point, shift to the right, and then flexing into the left foot, lunging forward into the left knee, plant your palms, and downward facing dog. Okay, one last pose on each side. You're going to bring your right knee toward your right tricep, and then flexing into the foot, bring your right foot to the left, grounding to the shin for pigeon. I'd like you to lift your hips, grounding to your fingers, totally your left foot back. So slide the left foot back. Grounding into your fingers, I want you to flex that right foot and bring the right foot as far forward as you can. So with the left toes tucked, I'd like you to ground your left hand onto the sole of your right foot. Lift your hips back, lift your right knee, and sink it forward. Lift back, sink forward. Lift back, sink forward. Back and forward. Slide the right hip back and forward. Keep the hips square back and forward. Last time, back, forward, and hold. You can untuck the back toe. You're going to fold down and then lift up. Fold down and lift up. Fold down, lift up. Use the muscles of your back, navel to spine. Fold down, lift up, and fold. We're going to hold it here. You can allow your arms to extend if you want. Try to keep that right hip hugging back, so active through the right hip. Breathing here for 10. Deep steady breaths for 9, 8, flexing into the right foot, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I want you to ground your forehead, whether that's to the mat or to a block. Extend your arms back by your hips. Push down through the right shin, through the top of the left foot, and lift up. Use the muscles of your back. Extend back through your fingers. Navel to spine for 5. Engage your left glute. 4, 3. Squeeze the rhomboids. 2 and 1. Downward facing dog. Plant your palms and step it back. Pedal into the knees. Really nice. We're going to do that on the left side, and we're basically done. So left foot or left knee, shift forward to the left tricep, flex into the left foot, bring the foot to the right, and then bring the shin to the mat. I'm going to slide a little bit more forward here. I want you to keep your right toes tucked, but make sure your right leg is in line with your right hip. And then try to get that left foot as far forward as you can. You can use the right hand if you need to. Ground the right palm onto the sole of the left foot. Left hand can be slightly wide. And then you're going to keep those right toes strongly tucked. Keep your hips square. And then lift back. Slide it forward. Lift back. Slide forward. So the left knee is lifting and sliding. Hips lift. Slide and sink. Hips lift. Slide. Lift, slide, last time, lift and slide, hold it here. You can untuck the right toe. We're going to fold forward, so you can keep the hand on the sole of the foot if you want to lift the chest. Inhale, exhale, fold forward and down, and then lift, inhale, exhale, fold. Last 3, inhale, lift. Last 2, as you fold, keep those hips square, inhale, lift. Exhale, fold, last 1, inhale, lift. Exhale, fold, and hold it here. So you can come onto your elbows, you can fold with the arms fully extended, whatever feels best for you. If you need a block underneath that left hip, find a block. And we're gonna hold it here. Try to engage slightly into your right glutes. Maybe you wanna slide that right knee back a little bit more. Holding it here for 10. Hug the left hip crease back in line with the right for 9. 8, breathe deeply, 7, relax the jaw, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're going to ground your forehead either to the mat or to a block. Extend your arms back by your hips, float the arms, and then push down through the left shin, lift up. Navel to spine, squeeze your shoulder blades together for 5. Engage into the right glute for 4, 3, lift up from the pelvic floor, 2, and 1. Ground the hands, downward facing dog. Tuck the toes and lift the hips. Pedal into your knees. Okay, and then drop the knees to your mat. Put your hips toward your heels. And then just allow your hands to rest on your thighs. Take a moment, close your eyes. So opening the space around our hips can be quite intense. There can be a lot of physical and emotional shifts. So just take a moment to deepen your breath. In through your nose. Fill the lungs, fill the belly, exhale through the nose. Feel your heart rate begin to slow down. And take a moment just to thank yourself for coming to your mat today. For dedicating time to connecting with your body and listening to your breath. For taking time to connect with your breath and listen to your body. Take a full deep inhale through your nose. Exhale, open the mouth, and let it go. One more time like that. Inhale through the nose, fill your lungs, fill your belly. Exhale, open the mouth and let it go. Bring your hands to prayer at the heart, bow your chin toward your chest. Acknowledge your breath, connect with yourself, and then bow your chin toward your chest. Honor your practice. And namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I'm bringing you this video with the sports edit. I'm practicing on my V-Yoga mat, which they have online, and my Alo Yoga Moto leggings, Dharma Bum top, and an aloe yoga sports bra, which is actually one of my favorite ones. It's called the base bra, and it is so supportive for literally everything. HIIT, running, yoga, and it's my favorite thing, so I have it in so many colors. I will attach the links to all of these pieces in the comments box below. I'll also attach links to my website and where you can find all my workshops and retreats. And I really hope you feel a little bit freer in your hips and you're able to move with a little bit more ease throughout your day and hopefully your week. And hopefully see you on your mat again really soon, and well done for practicing today.